welcome down memory lane. There came a time in the West that we did receive a sequel to Super Mario Bros. So let's do like everyone else did back then and dive right into Super Mario Bros. 2. In a dream, Mario gets a call for help from the Subcom people, as they are being taken over by the Frog King, Wart. Later on, Mario is having a picnic with Princess Toadstool, Luigi and Toad, and they discover a hidden door in a cave. They open it and find themselves falling down in Subcon. So yeah, as you can see right off the bat, this is a very different kind of Mario we have here. For starters, the princess has not been kidnapped by Bowser. In fact, you can play as her, along with Luigi or Toad, but more on that later. And no, Bowser doesn't appear, at all. Also gone are the Koopas and the Goombas and all this stuff. Instead we have those masked shy guys, these hopping birds I always thought looked like monkeys, and these bullet-spitting sniffets, among others. Not only that, but jumping on them does absolutely nothing. But you can pick them up and toss them on other monsters. Another option is to pick up some vegetables lying around and use them as ammunition, which makes Mario the angriest vegetarian out there. Depending on the character you pick, their jumping and item picking skills will change. Mario is the most well balanced and my usual top pick. Luigi has some crazy jumping skills, and hey, he's no longer just Mario's palette swap. Toad is fast at picking items up but has poor jumping abilities, and the princess can float in midair to avoid obstacles but is slow to pick up items. Everyone can also crouch for a while to focus their strength in order to jump higher. At the end of most stages, you fight Birdo, who, yes, is a male. He spits the eggs of his unborn kids, which you have to toss right back in his own face. Now that's morbid. After that, you have to pick up a crystal and enter the eagle's beak. When you pick vegetables up, there are times you'll pick up a potion you can use to create a door to temporarily go into a dark world. Create one at the right place and you can find a mushroom to upgrade your health for the rest of the level. If there are vegetables in the Dark World, you will pick up some coins to use in a slot machine at the end of the level to gain extra lives. Give me a second, I can do it. I can do it, promise! Phew. Little tip here, aim for the chariot first, as you will at least have a guaranteed 1-up. Actually, with a few coins you can aim for this and rack up quite a lot of lives. Speaking of cherries, pick 8 of them scattered everywhere and a star will appear to make you invincible. And as you defeat enemies, a heart will appear to heal you. The game is also the first Mario game to bring the desert theme to the table, which features quicksand and those tedious digging sessions. You can also stumble upon an ice world. Yay! Even when not in these themes, every one of the 20 levels feel like their own, and they are quite longer than in Super Mario Bros. 1. An example of that variety can be found in my very favorite world, World 5, which 5-1 ends with a seemingly zombie Birdo. In 5-2 you climb a long series of vines to get to the heavens, only to fall back down on the ground where awaits an epic duel against Birdo atop a huge waterfall. After that, in 5-3 you start on a Bob-omb battlefield, followed by a tree you need to explore, and after navigating its branches, you fight against the American exclusive Claw Grip, who tosses you his little content. The following desert world features an animal abusing level, and a long climb to reach a pyramid in the sky. Every world ends with a boss, of course. Along with Claw Grip I just mentioned, there's the bomb tossing and very forgettable Mouser, the fun to fight Triathlide, and there's also Frog Eye, who multiplies when he dies. Here you go. At the end of a surprisingly huge final factory with multiple pathways to go through, you come face to face with the King of Nightmares himself, Wart, who's just standing there right by a machine that's spewing the only thing that can hurt him and serves no other purpose. Wait, what? Why don't you have it moved away? Why don't you use it to attack me in some way? I mean, with all due respect, Your Highness, you're a moron! It's no wonder you never had a big villain role after that. I mean, you have a choice between a big scary fire-breathing turtle who's usually practically invincible, or a frog king you kill by tossing onions at. Hey, the game also tells you how many times you used each character, which is a nice touch. So yeah, Super Mario Bros. 2 has all the marks of a pretty fine game, but as a sequel to the great Super Mario Bros., it's fun, but it definitely is a bit slower paced. There's no timer and no power-up, except for the star and life upgrades. Even as a kid, I thought it was so different that it kind of fell flat. It was fun, but it just isn't the Mario I loved. And why is that? Why is this Mario game so different than Super Mario Bros.? Well, the answer to that is very simple. For you see, Super Mario Bros. 2 is not a Mario game. It has a bit of a long and convoluted story, but bear with me here, it will all come together at the end. In the 80s in Japan, Fuji TV had that big electronics expo called Yume Kojo, or Dream Factory. Apparently it was kind of like a CES mixed up with an amusement park with a party vibe, and it was open to the public. For its 1987 incarnation, Sega even made these big RC cars piloted by an arcade cabinet. That's the epitome of 80s cool. The promoters chose a mask team for their advertisement and had a Middle Eastern-like family as their mascot for that event. And they asked Nintendo to make a game for promotional purpose. That game, Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic, was released in July 10 of 1987. Fast forward a few months, and a meeting like this must have happened.
Now I told you there's no way I'm gonna go near that Mario again. I broke 3 TVs the last time. Oh my god, what is that?
Well, this is our big project, Super Mario Bros. 3.
Well, we have to release it, but we have no Mario 2. What are we gonna do?
Well, you could always change the numbers around and call it Super Mario Bros. 2.
Well, that would be just lying to the public. Who's dumb enough to do that? Now you have to think of something. Hey, that one, what is it?
Well, this is a game ordered by Fuji TV set in an Arabian Night settings. Well, this is a game that was ordered by Fuji TV set in an Arabian Night settings. It was supervised by Miyamoto-san and composed by Kondo-san, but it has nothing to do with...
Well, you run, you jump, right?
Well, there is no run button, but...
Well, I'd want to make it a Mario game.
But that would be lying to them.
Ah, they will know a thing about that and it will sell like hotcakes. Hey, we could even use it for the cover of our new magazine. Have you ever thought of that? You could even re-release it as Super Mario USA or something. And make a quick buck, huh? How about it? But always say the game is just a dream, just in case, you know. Ah!
Nothing. So that was Super Mario Bros. 2. The fact that it wasn't a Mario game to begin with doesn't make it any less enjoyable, but it definitely feels like a black sheep like Zelda 2 was. In fact, I prefer this game to the Lost Levels, so I think we can consider ourselves lucky in that regards. If you want to try it out, it is available pretty much everywhere on Nintendo's eShop on Super Mario All-Stars or as Super Mario Advance on Game Boy Advance. So, for you, did Mario 2 feel weird when the first time you play it, or did you just see it as another Mario game? Tell me in the comments below, and starting next episode, a few more gaming legends will enter the scene. The first one, well, as he says himself,
Kojima is God. Kojima is God.
See you then.